and welcome back to Not Fit for Print Beauty with me, Rebecca. Today we have a new collection by Melt Cosmetics that I have been looking forward to for quite a few weeks now. It's a new neutral lipstick collection. They are calling Nudes, spelled N-O-O-D-S, and it is of course nude lipstick, neutral lipstick shades. There are 11 shades in all for $22 each. But if you are a huge fan of their core collection, some of their most favorite popular shades that aren't nudes, the brighter shades, they're also bringing a lot of those back in this new packaging, which we're going to look at in a moment too. But you have seen, no doubt, the core shades before, especially if you're a Melt Cosmetics fan. So I'll leave those for you to look at on their site. And we'll look here at the brand new Nudes neutral lipsticks. Like I said, 11 shades. I picked up 4 of them, so almost half of the collection, about half of it. And we're going to look at those shades and the packaging here and talk about them. Plus, at the end, I also have some application techniques if you are dealing with a really pale nude lipstick that is a kind of a cool look. I will let you know right now I am wearing one of the shades Paulina, but I cheated and put a little bit of gloss over it. But you will see it in this video in its natural state. These are matte lipsticks, so we're going to talk about how they feel on the lips. Although the Melt Cosmetics is not new to the matte lipsticks, they are new to these nude shades though. Okay, so let's take a look at what we got. We're going to arm swatch them first, and then we'll go to some full lip swatches of everything so you can at least get familiarized with the 4 shades that I purchased, and it might give you a little bit more information. Wait till you hear the names of these. I have said before that NARS Cosmetics can be a little bit embarrassing with their titles, and Tom Ford can too, but boy, Melt has really done themselves in. So the first shade that I bought is a really pale pink, and it is called Whora. W-H-O-R-A. Whora. It is a pale pink shade, and we're going to use it also to look at the packaging. This packaging has a magnetic closure. It's all in black. Listen to that. Woo! Hear it again. Nice magnetic closure, will not open in your bag. And it has this incredibly cool bullet that you might have even seen on social media. Let me see if I can close up on it. It's got all the engraving and all the kind of cool stuff on it. It's really certainly some awesome packaging and a really pretty bullet. We're seeing these kind of embossed lipstick bullets more than we really ever have in the past. As you know, Charlotte Tilbury has done a little lip imprint and whatnot. Now we're seeing the whole bullet imprinted by so many different brands, and this is a super cool one. I hope the camera is picking that up. Whora is a very, very pale pink, which you'll see on my lips in a moment, and it's a little pale for me, but it's actually cool, especially if you doctor it up a little bit with a liner. But for so many of you, it'll be just the right cool shade of neutral pink. So let's just look at it arm swatch just so we can see them all together. There is 1 swatch, and then here it is, 2 swatches and 3 swatches. That is Whora in the new Nudes collection. Look at how I say that with a straight face. Let's look at our second shade that I picked up, which is Zaddy, Z-A-D-D-Y, Zaddy, which is a little bit on the warmer side. And I'll show it to you in the bullet there. Again, we will see a lip swatch in just a moment. And I will put it here on my arm next to Whora, just so you can see there is 1 swatch of Zaddy and 2 and 3. So you can just kind of see how it builds up. It actually has a really nice color payoff on that first swatch. In fact, I don't think there's much difference between the first and third swatches, really. So that is Whora and Zaddy that you are looking at there. Now let's look at what is turning out to be my favorite shade, though it's not the one I'm currently wearing, and that is one embarrassingly called Hoe is Life. H-O-E is life. Obviously, they're talking about farming. So Hoe is Life is a kind of a more neutral pink, not quite as pale. There it is in the cool bullet. And then I'll put it right here on my arm, third in line. 1 swatch. See, it looks so dark, almost pillow talk-ish. 2nd swatch. 3rd swatch. Good color payoff. That one definitely did darken a bit. But there it is there. So again, we have Whora, Zaddy, and Hoe is Life. the farming shade. And last but not least, we have the color I am currently wearing now, though I did put a gloss over it, a clear gloss over it. This one is called Paulina. They gave me a break with the name on this one. And here is the Paulina shade in the bullet, a very, very kind of warm, almost golden shade as you see it now on my lips with a gloss over it. And let's go ahead and show you an arm swatch of it next to the others that I picked up. Here it is with one swatch, that is Paulina, 2 swatches, and 3. And you will see these lip swatch on both of my lips as well. So again, for those of you looking at these shades, we have Whora, Zaddy, Ho is Life, and the least embarrassing name, Paulina, right there. They're very, very pretty nudes. And as you see, as I mentioned, Ho is Life kind of getting a little bit pillow talk-ish if you are a Charlotte Tilbury fan. So I want to go to some full lip swatches. As I said, I have put a gloss over Paulina here, but in a moment you will see it lip swatch with unadulterated and not messed with so that you can get a good idea of what it looks like. So we're gonna go away and do that right now and then come back with some application tips and some talks about how these wear and feel on the lips. So stay with me. Okay, now that you've seen the swatches, let's talk a little bit first about application of a very, very pale shade. If you pick up a shade like Whora or Zaddy, which were the first 2 in my swatches there that are very pale, almost giving off a little bit of a white cast, depending on your skin and lip tone, of course. But when you go for a very pale shade, you might find that on first application, they're a little tough to work with. They kind of sink into the lines of your lips. Now, we could complain all we want about aging skin and getting lines around that, but that's not what I mean. I mean normal, everyday lip lines that we all have, just from being human. When you put on a very, very pale shade, it kind of makes those lines much more obvious. So just as a little tip to you guys, whether you're purchasing these lipsticks or any others out there that are very kind of 60s retro, pale, almost whitish, go ahead and smear that on and then kind of blot it in, maybe even move it in a little bit, almost like a stain, really pat it in. And then once that's there, then apply the lipstick and you will not get as many kind of lines. Just kind of smudge it in first, messily. Like I said, like a stain. Don't worry about outlining the lips or making it beautiful. Then go back in and apply the lipstick and you'll get a much better application. And a lot of nude lipsticks work that way, especially the very pale one. Just a little bit of advice on that. In terms of these guys, they have a very, very subtle, almost vanilla fragrance that dissipates nearly immediately. So if you are scent sensitive, please do not worry. These feel almost like they go on like a powder almost finish. They are not quite as comfortable as, say, again, to bring up Charlotte Tilbury, her Matte Revolution lipsticks. Those are a little bit creamier. However, these are not drying. They do not apply like any sort of liquid lipstick or anything like that. They are not drying to the lips. They are very comfortable and very featherweight. They are very easy to put a liner under, or as you see I've done here, a gloss over. Now, of course, applying a gloss over it completely defeats the purpose of it being a matte, of course. But I like to do that. I like to change it up and sometimes wear things as a matte and sometimes not. They're very suggestible to lip liners underneath, so you can kind of change the undertone. These work really well as almost base neutral colors. Are they mask friendly? Well, no, they're a lipstick. I still have the swatches on my arm right here. And as you can see, I can smudge them a bit, but not too much. So they're a little bit mask friendlier than others. Let's take Paulina, the swatch here at the end. And as you see, I definitely can smudge it, but not too bad. So are they perfectly mask friendly? No, but are they a lot mask friendlier than some other lipsticks? Absolutely. Look at that. I'm really doing that hard and they don't smudge too much. So I really had an easy time. I filmed a little bit of this in the morning and then I ate breakfast, and that's when I reapplied my gloss and stuff over the top, but I really didn't have it come off too much, and I would have had to take a very thick napkin and really scrub to pull it off. So these are a nice one to go through lunch. They really kind of cling to the lips well. And if you do that little trick that I told you about where you kind of stain the lips underneath and then apply it, also gives it a little bit more adherence. So I really, my pluses for this are that it really does have more staying power than most nudes would. They're not completely mask proof, of course. They are very comfortable, lightweight. They don't have any sort of irritating smell or anything like that, and the price of $22 isn't bad, isn't great. It's just kind of right in the middle. The only problems I would have with this is you do need to pick your shade carefully. They will work for a absolute huge variety of skin shades and lip shades, but you do have to be careful, or you could be like me. As you notice, the Whora and Zaddy shades on me really need to be doctored up before I can wear them. So, you know, do be careful when picking your shades so that you pick the right complementary and flattering tone. It is also why I tried to spice this one up a little bit. As you see, I'm playing with Paulina, but I'm wearing it now, and as you see, it maybe washes me out just a little bit. I thought it maybe needed some gloss, and maybe I would use a little bit of a pink gloss too. So some of these nude shades can be a little tough to work with. For me, I think that Ho is Life, again with the names, is the best for me, but it really is kind of a dupe for Pillow Talk. I am really happy to swatch these over on Instagram. If you need them compared to anything else, just ask. Would love to know your thoughts on this. The bullet sure is pretty, and if we're paying for packaging, we might as well get nice packaging. Plus you can pick up, like I said, some of their core collection in the same new packaging. So tell me what you think below, and if you're planning to pick up any of these. They're now available at Sephora, I believe, as well, or certainly will be soon. So leave your comments below. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I sure hope you did. And if you haven't already done so, please consider subscribing to my channel. I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.